Hello everyone, welcome back to another day in the 100 days graphics design challenge. So very quickly, I'm using this 1024 by 1300 pixels. I'm going to click create. Okay, so this is what I have. The next thing I'm going to do, I'll just head over to my resources and I'm going to bring in all the resources I'll be using for this design. I'll just drag and drop it into Photoshop like this. I'm just going to hit enter. Okay, so I have all this. The next thing I'm going to do, I'll just close up the eyes of these ones and I'm going to work on the background first of all. So I'm just going to drop my zoom tool. Okay, then I'll click on this and I will just remove this. I'll increase this, okay, like this and like this, and I'm going to hit enter. And the next thing I'm going to do is to give my background a color. So I just click here and I click this place and I will change this to solid color. Okay, I'm using this. I'll just hit enter. Then I'll click on this one. I will change the blend mode to overlay to have something like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to start arranging my pictures. So I open up the eyes of this one. Very quickly, I'll head over to select and I will remove the background. Okay, so now it has loaded. I'm just going to click here so we can have something like this. Okay, so I'm just going to arrange it as well. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to bring in, I'll just right click on this and I'll convert to smart object. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this one. I'll open up the eyes of this particular one. I head over to select and I'll click subject as well. So I'm just going to head over to this place. I'll click and make sure it's in plus. Is in mine or is in plus. I can just hold my alt. As you can see, the sign has changed to minus. Then I can use my square brackets to increase. Okay, so I can just do something like this. I just want only the guy and this guy. Okay, so I'm just going to reduce this and just add this. So I have something like this. So I'm just going to click here as well and I'll right click, convert to smart objects. Okay, so this is what I have. I'll just bring this down here. I'll adjust this. Okay, and I'll just place it here, enter. Then I head over to the third guy. I'll click on it and then select subjects. Okay, so it has loaded. I'm just going to click this and I'll also arrange this as well. I'll bring it down here. Okay, I'll hit enter and I'm going to take this up this way so that it's above this. Okay, now after I'm done with that, I'm just going to erase all this. I'm going to erase their edges. Okay, so I'll do that very quickly. I'll just do something like this. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'll reduce this. Okay, I just clicked X on my keyboard. Okay, so I just clicked X back, letter X. Okay, so I'm going to also click on this one and I'll do the same thing to it. So I have something like this. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to increase this guy. Okay, I'll hit enter, and then I'm going to increase this other guy. I'm done with adjusting my images. I'm just going to click and create a new layer. I'm going to be using gradient tool. I'll just click on this. I'll click here. Okay, so I'll be using a lighter color of this. Okay, then for this one I'm going to also change this color to something like this. Okay, then I'm just going to drag up from here, not too much. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, I think this is okay, so I'm just going to leave it this way. I'll just leave it this way. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to add my text. Okay, I'm holding my shift and I'll just drag this up a bit. Then I'm going to add my text here, so I'll do that very quickly. But before then, I'll just open up the eyes of this image and I'll take it to the front. So this is our logo. I'll click select subject. Okay, then I'll wait for it to load. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this and make sure it's at plus. Okay, so I will just select all this. So after I'm done selecting that, I'm just going to drop my tool and I'll click this as well, so we have something like this. So I'll just place this here. Okay, then I'm just going to hit enter. Now I'll add my text. I'm going to say game day. I'm just going to adjust this text and I'll face it to this angle. I can always come here and click and I'll just type -90, enter. Okay, so I'll just place it here. I'm using font Chinese rocks. Okay, so I'll just place this way. I'll increase this and increase this, and I'll change this color to white. Okay, I'll change it to white, and then I'm just going to bring it down. I want it to be above this guy. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it this way so that it can be above this guy and then beneath this one. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this out, FX, and I'll just click drop shadow. So I'm just going to drop the shadow. Okay, I'll leave it at this. Okay, as you can see, I'm just going to leave the settings at this, and then I will also use inner glow. I'll click on this and I'll click here and I'll change it to this color. Okay, so I have something like this. This is too much. I'm just going to reduce this. I don't want it to be too much. Okay, so if you increase this, you can see the effect. Okay, so after that, I don't want it to be a little too much. I'll just hit OK. So the next thing I'm going to do after that, I'm just going to click here and then I'll bring in my brush tool. Okay, so I'll just click here and I will check out for brush tools. I'm going to be using one of the brushes that we downloaded. Okay, so you can always watch our previous videos on how you can load brushes. Okay, so I'm just going to increase this. Okay, so I'll just click on this once, then I'll bring it to this because I just want to place it here, and then I'll just change this to screen. Okay, So I have something like this. I'm just going to reduce the opacity to 50. Okay, then I'll just hit enter. We have something like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to also bring in a new layer. Then I head back to my brushes. I'm going to look for another type of brush. Okay, I'll just scroll down to where I have brush stroke. I'm just going to pick one that matches with what I want. If you can be looking here to see the shape it will give you. Okay, so I'm just going to use this one. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the size. Okay, then I'll just drop my tool. I'll reduce this. Okay, I'll just leave it here, and then I'm going to come back to this, but I'm just going to add one here, and I'll adjust it holding my shift key, rotate this way, and I'll place it right here. Okay, so after I'm done adjusting that, I'm just going to double click and I'll change the color. Okay, so I'll just double click, I'll click color overlay, and I'll click on this. I'll change it to a darker shade of this. Okay, so I'll just leave it at this color. Then I'm just going to type my date. So I'll just place this here on top of this. I'm going to bring it up like this. Okay, to have something like this. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to add names of these images, this purple. So I'm just going to first of all change this color. I'll double click. Okay, then I'll hit my color overlay. So I'll just leave it at this one. Then I'll hold my alt. I'll bring this one down here. I'll reduce this, and I'll change this color to, I'll just remove the color overlay here, or better still, I'll just change this color to white. Okay, so I'll just double click on this, and then I will change the color to white. Okay, then for this last one, I'm just going to duplicate this one, and then I'll reduce this. So I have something like this, and like this. So I'm just going to add the text very quickly. Okay, after I'm done adding my text, I'm just going to click on this my game day image. Okay, the text, I'll just look for it here. I'll click on it, and I'll convert it to smart objects. Then I'll just head over to filter, and I'll give it a Gaussian blur. Okay, not too much. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it at this, and then I'll click on this white. Then I'll click my brush. I'll change this to our normal brush. Okay, I'll change it to this. Then I'm just going to adjust this. So I just made some edges sharp. Okay, like I just erased some of the blur effect, and then it's applied only on this top side. So after that, I'm just going to bring in my brush tool again. So I'll just click on this. Okay, Then I'll just head over to brushes. I'll click on this and I'll head back to where we were. So I'll just look for the one that suits what I want to achieve. Okay, so I'll just click on this one and then I'm just going to adjust the size. I'll just click OK. It's too tiny. I'm just going to increase this and then okay, no, Ctrl Z. I'll reduce this and then okay. So I have something like this. I'm just going to take this, I'll adjust this and I'll click it behind. Okay, enter. Then I'm going to use my warp tool here to adjust it. So I'll just right click and I'll use warp. Okay, so after that I'm just going to take it behind, this, and I'll increase this. Okay, then I'll adjust this just to have that go kind of effect. Okay, then I'll change the color. I'll double click and I'll give it a dark shade. Okay, so I'm just going to click here, this, enter, enter. So I have something like this. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to, the second to last thing, I'm going to bring in another brush tool. Okay, so I'll just click on this and I'll go back to this one. Then I'll make sure the color is at this. Okay, then I'm just going to reduce the size of my brush tool and I'll just place it here. Then I'll change this to screen. Okay, I'll just hold my shift and reduce this. I'll bring this here, so we have something like this. So I'll hold on to my alt and I'll drag. Okay, I'll just delete this one and I'll create a new one. I'll just reduce this and I'll place it this way. I'll increase a little bit and I'll just place it here, and then I'll change this to screen. Okay, so we have something like this. I'll just hold on to my alt and I'll drag it to this one, so we have something like this. Next thing I'm going to do is just to add my text here. Okay, I'll change this guy to terminal, and I'm just going to adjust this. So after that, I'm just going to add another text at this other side. So I'll do that very quickly. Okay, so with that we have come to the end of this particular design. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to hit my shift Ctrl Alt E to screenshot. Then I'll just head over to my filter and I'm going to click on camera raw filter. Okay, so now it has loaded. I'm just going to adjust this. Okay, okay, so with that we have come to the end of this particular design. I'm going to see you in our next video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.